Hey you all, it is Zegasis and it's a Brief Car Chronicle. I want to talk about the fact that you cannot remain neutral. You cannot remain lukewarm. And we see this in the Bible where we talk about hot and cold and how when you're lukewarm you can be spat out. That same concept, that same idea, that same symbolization applies to your life and how you manage things and how you engage with people. And how you look at the world and society and everything that's going on. You're either hot or you're cold. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be double-minded. You have to identify where you stand, what you believe in, what are your core values, what are your beliefs, what are your standards of how you live your life. One of my standards of how I live my life is that I work, I serve, I do, I give with a spirit of excellence. Another standard of my life is that I try my best to operate in gratitude and grace, because gratitude and grace provides a clarity to your perspective. So you're not looking at things from a skewed lens. And so when I say you can't be lukewarm, you can't be lukewarm about injustice. You can't be lukewarm about how you trust and love God. You can't be lukewarm about how you manage your household or your finances. You can't be lukewarm about how you engage with your children, your wife, your husband, your business partner. Like, you need to stand firm on what you believe. And it doesn't mean you can't change your beliefs, or you can't change your standards, or you can't change your perception or perspective on things. Because I've seen people go from one side of the spectrum to the whole opposite side of the spectrum. I've seen people become absolute outliers and shift in their mindset and shift in their perspective and shift in how they interact and engage with people. When I was still in high school, I went to Russia and I had a pen pal named Maria. And she stayed at my house for almost a month. And then I went to Russia, and her parents, once her father found out that I was Black American, would not allow me to stay at their home, which was fine. They found me an alternate, substitute location. I was still her pen pal. But finally, her mother and her finally got and convinced her father to let me come over for dinner, which he allowed. And no more than 5 to 10 minutes into that dinner, he was absolutely adoring and loving of me, and could not understand why he thought that Black Americans portray themselves in a certain way. Because, like, when I say, it's not just the assumptions of a group of people, right? It's about understanding and opening your mind. And so before that dinner was done, he was giving me hugs and things, which her family did not do in general. They didn't normally hug each other. And he apologized profusely, and he was so disappointed that I had not been able to stay with them and actually get the full experience with my actual pen pal. And so don't be lukewarm about your engagement. Be open, be ready to change, be teachable, be ready to learn, be ready to grow. But anywho, this is much longer than I expected. Remember, don't be lukewarm. Stand firm in your beliefs. Stand firm in your values, your core values. I love you. Bye, y'all.